So what is going on with this $1,200 stimulus check that was written in to the stimulus package, also known as the CARES Act? Well, I have been reading the stimulus bill while stuck in quarantine, Zoom calling my girlfriend, and FaceTiming my parents who couldn't figure out Zoom.
Hello,
No, it's here.
Can you hear me?
I discovered that just because it is written into law doesn't necessarily mean that how it ends up actually being executed will necessarily be the exact same thing. So what is going on with the $1,200 stimulus check? Will you actually get it? And when will you be able to get it? And how might this affect your taxes moving forward? The absolute minimum requirement to getting this stimulus check is making under $99,000, and the only way you're going to get the full amount is if you make under $75,000. These numbers double if you're married. Plus, you'll get an extra $500 a kid. Now, one interesting thing on the kids is really more for you college students or people between 18 and like 24 or so, where your parents could still claim you as a dependent. Yeah, it turns out if they claim you as a dependent, you may not be able to get this stimulus check. I was listening to a few CPAs on this, and it's looking like you won't. So what you might want to do if they haven't already claimed you on their taxes for like a 2018 tax return, like if they haven't already done that, you should get with your CPA and see if whether or not you should be claimed as a dependent. Otherwise, it's looking like you may not get this $1,200 check. But a whole lot of other people are still going to be getting this check. This includes senior citizens, people on Social Security, veterans, railroad people, and people who are American citizens but are living abroad in like another country.
Now, one big thing that's being stressed really strongly here is the fact that they want to send you the $1,200 stimulus check via direct deposit, which is concerning a lot of people because a lot of people don't have a direct deposit set up with them, which is why they're now making a web portal to make it to where you can actually give them that information. But it's looking like that won't actually be up until the end of April or early May. And the reason why they're probably doing this is to ensure that they can get this $1,200 check out to as many people as possible, while at the same time reducing the chances of there being potential fraud. Because this does start to remind me of that one movie, Catch Me If You Can, where the guy was really good with checks. Yeah, if literally millions and millions of people are getting checks, there's gonna be some people going, wonder what I can do with those checks. And another big issue that people are saying is like, okay, well, I have a deposit, but I didn't file my 2019 tax return. How are they actually going to be able to gauge my income? Well, they're going to be actually just looking at your 2018 return. But if you don't even have a 2018 return, then you can still file for the $1,200 directly at the link that I'm providing, which is being done with TurboTax, because the IRS and TurboTax have some kind of one of these together. So I guess they have the infrastructure to do this. So I guess there's something to be said about the privatization of handling a pandemic, I guess. And no, I'm not being paid by anyone to say any of these things. I am super not fancy enough to have a sponsorship with TurboTax, as you can see by my subscriber count, which could go up if you subscribe to this channel, where I provide all this great content to you guys for free. And the only thing that's paying me during COVID is you guys hitting that like button, which really helps me and my small little channel and my small company. And I really, really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Another question that was going on is, will you actually have to file if you're on Social Security? The quick answer is no. There's been a lot on that. Looks like you don't have to file a tax return to get the $1,200 stimulus check. Another question is, a lot of people actually want to meet their CPA to talk about their taxes. Not a lot of people want to do their taxes with their tax guy on Zoom or whatever, I guess. If this thing blows over and you're able to see your tax guy within the year 2020, it looks like you'd still be able to get the $1,200 stimulus check. It would just be delayed because it is available to anyone through the year 2020. And if you're a senior citizen, railroad retiree, or are currently on Social Security, you don't have to file a return at all. It was looking like there was a second there where they were going to try to make the Social Security and senior citizens file, but then they came to their senses and realized that if you anger the senior citizen base, you are not going to be reelected into Congress. But what if you never actually get this $1,200 stimulus? It never shows up. It just, they never figure it out. They never get it to you, even though you did everything right. Well, it's looking like you'll still be able to get it because it'll be reflected in your 2020 tax return. The reason why this works is that the $1,200 stimulus check is actually seen as a tax rebate, which essentially means if you're not getting it now, you're gonna get it eventually. Which leads me to another question a lot of people ask, which is, will this affect your tax refund later? Like if you had $5,000 coming to you, would you have to subtract $1,200 from that and bring it to what, $3,800? No, you just get the $5,000 still, and then you'd get $1,200 on top of that. Another nice thing about this $1,200 is it is not going to be counted as income on your tax return. This check is not taxable income. And another question people are asking is, well, what if I made too much money in 2018 or 2019 and so I don't meet this like threshold of $75,000 or the $99,000. But I lost like so much money in 2020. Like I made $10. Will I be able to get the $1,200? Well, it's looking like, again, because it's a tax rebate for 2020, according to a whole lot of CPAs that I've been talking to and listening to, it's looking like you'll still be able to get the $1,200 on your 2020 tax return. So those are the major developments that I am seeing with the $1,200 stimulus check to date. That said, I really hope that the $1,200 comes to you guys quickly. That way it is best able to do the most good for the people who really do need it. And I wish the best to everyone who is stuck in quarantine, especially to those who are older or have an immune system that is impaired. I know that there's a lot going on right now, and I hope that this video helped. And if it did help you, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. It really does do a lot for me and my small little channel of like 120 subscribers. And if you liked it, you can be the 121st subscriber, which is really riveting stuff. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll continue to get good updates as to what is going on with this virus, what is going on that can affect your personal finances, and what's going on in real estate in general.